Most folks in Oak Ridge Meadows wake up to the chirp of sprinklers or the distant hum of a lawnmower. Me, I jolted awake to the thunderous growl of a 2025 Ford Expedition bulldozing across my front yard like it was a dirt track at the county fair. Yeah, that's Susan Harper, our HOA president, the lady who treated boundaries like suggestions in a game she always won. Every dawn, she'd etch fresh ruts into the turf I'd babied for years. At first, I figured it was a UPS van gone rogue, or some kid joyriding. But nope, the trail cam I rigged up spilled the beans. There she was, coffee in one hand, smirking as she plowed through my grass like she owned the block. That was when I knew this wasn't just a neighbor beef, it was war with Susan Harper. And if she thought she was above the rules, boy, was she in for a rude awakening. It started innocently enough. One misty April morning in our tidy Austin suburb, I spotted two faint tire grooves slicing through my lawn, the kind that scream oops after a rain. The ground was mushy, holding on to every mark like evidence in a crime scene. I shrugged it off, maybe a pizza delivery guy cut a corner. No big deal, right? But the next day, bam, deeper tracks, mud flung on my driveway like confetti from a monster truck show. By week's end, it was a ritual. I'd sip my coffee on the porch, staring at the carnage. My yard was my sanctuary, neat stripes from weekend mowing, fertilized just right, edges crisp as a fresh dollar bill. I'm not flashy. No sports cars or block parties. This patch of green was my zen in a chaotic world. Now, someone was carving it up like a Thanksgiving turkey. I got sneaky, waking before dawn, peering through blinds like a PI in a bad movie. But I always missed it. The tracks hit between 6:45 and 7 a.m. Sharp rain, shine, holiday, didn't matter. This was no accident. It was targeted like a middle finger aimed at me. Who wakes up and thinks, screw the road, I'll trash Mike's yard? Oak Ridge Meadows looked perfect on the surface. Matching fences, kids on bikes, folks grilling burgers. But underneath, drama thicker than Texas chili. Power plays, fines for dumb stuff like a flagpole an inch too tall. I floated it casually at a barbecue. Anyone see tire marks on my place? Crickets, awkward grins, topic changes. They knew something. Soon, my lawn was a battlefield, brown gashes where green once ruled. Anger bubbled like soda in my gut. This wasn't just vandalism. It was personal. Work kept me from staking out, so I splurged on a budget trail cam from an online deal, $50, motion-triggered night vision. Mounted it by the oak tree, angled perfectly. Next morning, heart pounding, I fired up the app. Shadows, a raccoon, then jackpot. A hulking Ford Expedition, shiny as a new penny, creeping in. Behind the wheel, Susan Harper, HOA boss lady. Jaw on the floor, I rewound. Sunglasses at dawn, grin wide as she tore through, one hand waving like royalty. Susan, who fined me last summer for a bird feeder attracting pests. The same Susan who lectured on curb appeal. Hypocrisy hit like a slap. I gathered more clips Monday, chatting on her phone, laughing. Tuesday, blasting country tunes, sipping latte. By Friday, I had a montage labeled Expedition Rampage. Fury turned to fire. She thought she was queen. Time to dethrone her. Catching her on video felt surreal. I replayed it obsessively at the office, in traffic. Susan's Expedition grill gleaming. Her bob haircut lit up that smug wave. She wasn't hiding. She was flaunting. The nerve. She'd find the whole street for nonsense. Holiday lights past New Year's, a kiddie pool eyesore. Yet here she was, a daily destruction derby on my property. I beefed up surveillance to cams now crystal clear. Clips piled up, her waving at dog walkers while shredding sod. If I went public, she'd spin it fake video, grudge holder. Susan ran the HOA like a mob boss. 3 terms, every committee, half the neighbors scared stiff. Cops, civil matter, bored, her puppets. This called for strategy, not screams. One midnight, staring at her frozen smirk on screen, resolve hit. No begging. I'd handle it my way. Quiet, clever, crushing. Anger simmered, like barbecue ribs. Evidence in hand, I tried civility first. At the monthly block, clean up trash bags, gloves, Susan with her clipboard like a scepter, I cornered her. Susan, got a sec? She turned, pearls gleaming, fake smile plastered. Mike, always time for residents. Kept it low, my yard's getting torn up by tires. Got Fujitsu. Her eyes flicker a jachin, laughed it off. Oh, Mike, lawns grow back. Cameras glitch. Blood boiled. Not mistaken. Stop. Mask dropped. I'm the president. Push this and life gets tough. Sacrifices for the community, yours is that grass. Threat? Over my yard? She strutted off, scolding a kid for litter. I fumed but held it. Yelling feeds her. Next week? She slowed down, waved mockingly as tires dug in. Then the citations, lawn neglect, hedge overgrowth, been out too long. Weaponizing the HOA. Neighbors whispered bets on my snap. She wanted an explosion. I plotted precision. Susan doubled down post-confrontation. Expedition at 6:50 a.m. Deliberate grind, wave included. Yard wrecked mailbox dinged. Humiliation peaked with her letters, finding me for a mess. An HOA meeting, I presented videos. Gasps, then Susan doctored. He's harassing me after his violations. She played victim. The room bought it. Nice try, Mike, she hissed. You lose. Defeated? Nah. Her arrogance was her Achilles heel. Time to exploit. This transcended Grosset was dominance. No violence. I'm no hothead. Research city codes, HOA bylaws till eyes crossed. Forums full of HOA horror stories. Key. No hazards, but control your land. Idea. Decorative barriers, planters, shrubs, gravel path. Legal, pretty, expedition-proof. Sketched like a blueprint. Sturdy pots along her path. Low hedges. Gravel saying walk, don't drive. Aesthetic win, her nightmare. Social twist. Expose her publicly. Neighbors as witnesses, phones ready. Called City Hall confirmed reasonable use. Receipts stacked, email drafts framed as beautification. Timed it. Materials dropped on Wednesday. Susan is at a meeting. Alerted allies misses. Lopez, HOA hater. Young dad Tim, chaos lover. Phone's up. I texted. Anger honed to steel. This hit her ego, not body. Plan to dirt. Hired a pro landscaper for curb appeal edge. Heavy planters, vibrant perennials, boxwood, gravel strip. Look design Y, not spiteful. Tuesday night, I texted allies. Wednesday dawn, crew worked Magikarp blocking her route perfectly. By noon done. App pinged at 4:30 p.m. Susan is early. Face soured spotting barriers. Inch forward, bumper grazed pot. Gravel crunched. She backed, tried again. Neighbors emerged. Mrs. Lopez filming, Tim streaming. Phones everywhere. She parked crooked, stormed up, what the hell? Beautification, I grinned. Looked sharp. Accusations flew. Neighbors laughed, questioned. Her threats echoed hollow. Backed out defeated, no wave. Point Maddie no harm, just exposure. Anticipation buzzed the next morning. Coffee ready, cams rolling. 6:48 a.m. Expedition approaches, Susan primped. Slowed, huffed, pushed forward clunk. Pot tipped, soil sprayed. Cursed loudly, dogs barked. Tried reverse engine groaned. Phones captured all. A strut to stumble. She shuffled over. Ridiculous. You'll pay. Code checked, I said, handing a card. Neighbors chimed. Ask first? Looks great. Clips viral by noon, captions like HOA boss versus bushes. Narrative flipped. Emergency meeting. Susan raged. I presented proof. Allies spoke, oh poor judgment. Laughter sealed it. Board hedged. Her power cracked. Fallout. More absurd finds, bird hazards, gravel trips. Memes exploded. She avoided my street, lost allies. Elections? Not nominated. Family focus, yeah, right? Sweetest. Lawn healed, compliments flowed. Mailbox fixed. Tim, legend. One last swing. Cease. Small claims. Suit harassment. Defamation. Laugh it off. Court. Her dramatics versus my facts. Judge chuckled at the irony. Dismissed. She paid fees. Walked out crushed. Story spread. Snickers followed her. Resigned board. Expedition gathered dust. She faded to ordinary worst fate. Me? Proud stripes back. Planters blooming. New folks. You're the guy who took down Susan. Proved. Patience trumps shouts. Arrogance self-destructs. What do you think? Was I justified or overkill? Share in the comments, pick a side, spill your take. Ever dealt with an HOA nightmare? Let's hear it.